Um, can we talk about this playground? Because there's huge cracks that I'm sure any kid would break their ankle on. Does anybody know about this? Hey guys, it's Malia Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. I'm in a new little seating area today. I'm actually at the park. I swear I'm not homeless. But I'm filming here today just because we didn't really have anywhere in our space to film. Rob's still sleeping and it's dark in there. All the curtains are shut and it's early in the morning, so I wanted to just sit down and film with you guys real quick. If you notice me looking around a lot, it's because I am. If people start to bring their dogs and kids to the park and I'm just sitting here talking to my phone, it's just, I don't know, I'm on edge. So before we get started, today I'm going to be talking about why I quit being vegan. Nothing serious. I know a lot of people on here have very strong opinions about how they feel about dieting and health, fitness, and being vegan, not being vegan, vegetarian. I could go on all day, but basically, let's just keep it positive. This is just my opinions, what I went through, my experiences. So don't take it seriously. You know, this is just my thoughts. I know we're all entitled to have our own opinions. I'm not claiming anyone's wrong or right, so just go with me on this. I'm also gonna be getting ready if I can multitask. I just got out of the shower, so I mean, it doesn't look much worse than it usually is when it's dry. So anyway, I forgot my eye cream at home. This all started when I was going to trade school. I was in Arizona. In my situation, I pretty much went on my own. I flew up there pretty much by myself, got an apartment. I was broke. My parents are helping me with all my funds. And I just had no friends up there. I didn't really know what I was doing. I felt lost. I felt really lonely while I was up there, just being completely honest. I did struggle with depression and everything, and that's a whole nother story, but I actually did go through a weight gain. Now, for those of you that know me personally, don't judge me by my body type. Once again, this is just how I feel. We all have our own insecurities. For me, I've always wanted to be on the tone side. I went through a weight gain. A lot of people tell me oh, it's not even a weight gain, but for me it was. I didn't like what I was seeing in the mirror. It was a change for me personally. In high school, I'm gonna throw out some numbers here of how much I weighed. No negativity on this, okay? So I weighed about 110 in high school. By the time I was doing trade school and I got my weight gain, I was up to maybe 130. And for me personally, that's a big range. Now, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but that was just personally upsetting me. I personally wasn't happy with how I looked, how I felt. All my clothes wouldn't even fit me anymore. You know, I went from this skinny lima bean girl working at Hollister's to clothes that I couldn't afford to buy because I didn't fit any of my old clothes. I didn't feel confident in my skin. And I just remember feeling really down about myself. I wanted to make a change. Because my weight gain was a problem, I wanted to lose it. And we had a gym at the apartment complex. So I started going to the gym, and then I also started looking into dieting. And so I got a workout routine going. I'm not even getting ready. I started to look into healthy foods, and that led me into becoming vegetarian. For me personally, vegetarian was almost a no-brainer for me. It was so easy. It almost felt like there was zero change to how I was eating, because personally for me, I would never crave meat. I mean, I do like meals that have meat in it, but I'll never be ooh, I'm craving a steak. You know, I mean, I love seafood, but that's about it. As far as red meat goes, I found that transition seamless. In the life of YouTube, I started watching Freely the Banana Girl. There's another super hippie girl too, but they all make these really good vegan recipes. Actually, before that, I had watched some scary vegan videos, you know, the ones that scare people into becoming vegan. All the animals are getting harmed and everything. It's just a really overwhelming, slap in the face kind of videos. And that to me changed my mindset from vegetarian to vegan 100%. I didn't even have to think about it. After I watched those videos, I was I need to become vegan. I love animals, you know, there's no way I'm eating another animal ever again. I had that mindset, but little did I know it was going to be a lot harder than I thought. Start to make the transition into becoming vegan, you realize all the foods that technically have animals in it. You would never think you know, having a piece of toast with butter and honey on it, you know, oh my gosh, there's so many animals in that. And when you think of animals, you think of a hamburger. Being vegan is definitely a lot more specific. It just narrows down so much to what you can eat. I was vegan for about a solid 4 months. Now I say solid 4 months because the transition just took me so long from going vegetarian to vegan. You know, I would eat something that wasn't vegan, you know, or, you know, I'd have a cheat day. But the one thing I noticed was that my taste buds became a lot more sensitive. Me having just a straight vegan sandwich where it's just like pure vegetables, no condiments, like just like pepper and vegetables on bread, that just became something so flavorful to me. And it's amazing how quickly your taste buds can adapt to that once you've cut it off from all the foods you've used to eat. Okay, I actually ended up getting a phone call and then people started showing up to my spot, so I dug out. Once I had graduated school and I came back home, it wasn't just because, you know, like I was back home, I could go back to, you know, where I left off. It started that way. As like my lifestyle changed, it became to a point where it's like I don't have access and time to set aside what different food groups I put aside. And I know that's no excuse. Like if I really wanted to stick to being vegan, I could have. I just didn't want to make that time, you know, I'm not gonna lie. If I could have done it, I could have, but I chose not to. I ended up going back to my old eating habits. My taste buds had changed so drastically. I would take one bite of a burger and instantly get nauseous, like sick for the whole day. Going vegan, anything red meat or anything deep fried, anything basically unhealthy, my body would instantly reject it. So basically I went back to my old eating habits because, you know, eventually I gradually went back to it. My body adapted to that. And now I'm just at this point where it's like I can barely afford any kind of food, so I'm gonna eat whatever is in front of me. Oh, I forgot to tell you, being vegan did drop my weight for the most part. I was still, I'd say I was at my normal weight range. I was maybe like 115. When I came back home, I don't think my weight changed that much when I went back to my old eating habits. I think it was just mostly like the depression and just feeling upset with my life that caused the weight gain, because I would just eat anything constantly all day because I had nothing else to do and I just had so much on my mind. I didn't have a way to vent that properly. I found fitness and health, all that stuff is kind of like an outlet to get that under control. It's like raining now. Are you kidding me? Let's try move again. After running in the rain and gotten bit by mosquitoes, jumped over a fence and ran across here. I can continue my story. As I was saying, so I went back to my old eating habits because I'm in such a high stress level situation. I actually weigh less than I do in high school now. I weigh at about 108. Right now, what I'm eating is horrible. Exercising is horrible. My job is physically active, but it's not enough, I feel, for myself. I feel like I should be doing a lot more exercise to keeping myself healthy. So I'm not getting enough exercise. And yeah, I just have to get those back on track. And what really just kind of like sealed the deal for me to not go back to being vegan, it's just the fact that we have one life and we can choose to live it how we want. I feel like I don't want to be restrained in that category as being vegan to only eat certain amount of foods. Like I don't want to go my whole life never eating a burger again or never eating anything animal related again. I know that may sound harsh to those who are vegan and have really strong opinions about it, but I mean, please just hear me out. I do want to cut back on the animal products again. I'm thinking once we get our own place, I can really get control of that again and just eat more healthy. I definitely want to eat more vegetables, more fruits, anything that's not junk food. I'm gonna say that it's the step in the right direction. Yeah, just do my body a favor and treat it better. I don't want to be confined in that category. I do want to eat less of it and, you know, be doing something positive with it. If I feel like having a burger, you know, if I haven't had one in a while, you know, I want to do it guilt-free and not like have that restraint on it. So that's my personal decision. And, you know, I know some people are gonna feel a certain way about it, but you know, that's just me. I do want to eat healthy. I do want it to be majority of it be plant-based, but I just don't want to be stuck. So hopefully that makes sense. And that is basically why I stopped being vegan. It's nothing serious. I didn't ever hit a turning point where I was like, being vegan sucks. I fell back into my old eating habits. I just realized that vegan wasn't personally for me. Whatever your diet, or if you don't have one, you just eat freely, you know, whatever it is. As long as you're happy, I think that's fine. I want to get to a point where I'm happy with what I'm eating because I'm not. And I don't think anyone would be if you guys knew what I ate. I think the lesson of the story is just find what works for you. Don't be caught up in a certain community. I mean, if you believe what you want, you know, please be open-minded to the other possibilities. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. We should all just agree to disagree. If you haven't tried being vegan, if you haven't tried being vegetarian, I recommend it. It definitely just changes your body a lot and it makes you see it from a different point of view. So I definitely think you guys should check that out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay healthy. Be sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.